Valerbanen under the lights. Does it get any better than this? We are rolling for 2 hours of endurance action, the second event in this championship, and the tension is already thick.
The nerves will be rattling in those cockpits. This isn't just about raw pace. It's about managing that Honda Civic and making sure you've got something left for that final lap. I've been in these rolling starts, and your heart is just thumping against the belts.
Elliot Norton leads them round, looking to protect that championship lead for Moderate Effort Racing. He's got Jody Fannin right there behind him.
Fannin needs a big result tonight. He's 12 points back. If I'm in his shoes, I'm looking to rattle Norton early, but in a 2-hour race, you have to be smart or you'll cook the front tires before the first window opens.
Further back, James Allen is leading the Pro-Am charge for Garagisti, sitting third in the overall standings. He's been incredibly consistent.
He has, but he's got Joel Lemrich right on his bumper. Lemrich is leading the AM class for SW Performance, and he's shown he can mix it with the Pro-Am guys without breaking a sweat.
Martin Mall holds the cards here on pole, a huge chance for him to kickstart his season after only picking up 2 points so far.
He has got a mirror full of Dominic Fovarg and Chris Stokes. Stokes is a pro driver, but hasn't put points on the board yet, so he will be desperate to make this start count from third.
It is a fascinating grid compared to the standings. Rich Snape is our highest-placed championship contender in 9th, while the AM class leader Joel Lemrich is all the way back in 16th.
Lemrich has a mountain to climb. I have started from the back of an endurance grid before. You cannot win it in the first 10 minutes, but you can certainly lose it. He needs to stay calm while the guys ahead of him fight for air.
Green flag. Martin Mole anchors the field and leads them down toward the first braking zone.
Good reaction from Fovarg in second. He's tucked right under that rear wing, looking for an early opening.
Gagen's got the number 56 Honda away cleanly from 14th on the grid.
He's 9th in the championship standings and needs to stay patient here. You can't win a 2-hour race in the first 10 seconds.
Lemrich is already on the march from the back of the pack. He's just picked off Darren Nickel for 15th.
He's the AM class leader for a reason. He knows he can't afford to get stuck in the traffic if he wants to protect that championship gap over Rich Snape.
Jareth Hallam is holding steady in the mid-pack, keeping that AP's finest Honda right in the mix as the field starts to string out.
He's in a tough spot in 8th. In Pro-Am, you have to be so careful with your track positioning early on or you'll find yourself boxed in with nowhere to go.
Change at the front. Dominic Fovarg has muscled his way past Martin Mole to take the lead of the race.
That was a bold move from the virtual velocity driver. Mole is struggling, and he has fallen right into the clutches of Chris Stokes.
Stokes is looking to make it a double blow for Mole. That kick-ass racing Honda is absolutely glued to his bumper.
Mole is trying to stabilize, but Stokes is being so aggressive. I have been there. When you are under fire, it is so hard to hit your marks.
He is right on the limit. Look how late Stokes is leaving the braking through this complex. Contact.
He has just rear-ended him. Stokes got that completely wrong, and the stewards have already put a warning on his name for it.
Constable Barry and Dorado are trading 10th place back and forth. They have swapped 3 times in just a few seconds.
Incredible wheel-to-wheel stuff from those 2 Pro-Am drivers. Dorado manages to grab the lead of that pair again for AP students.
Sam Zero is making a move down the inside. He's just taken 13th from David Constable Barry.
That was clinical. Zero is using the draft perfectly and looks like he's found a real rhythm early on.
He isn't stopping there either. He's already hunting down the back of Niall Gagen's car.
Gagen is sitting 9th in the championship, so he won't want to give up 12th place without a fight.
The gap is shrinking through every corner as Zero keeps the pressure on through this complex.
And he's done it! Sam Zero moves up into 12th place, another great overtake completed.
Bontekis tries to muscle past Gagen, but they have touched. He really forced that move into 12.
That gap was always closing. You cannot just stick your nose in there. Stewards have already issued Bontekis a penalty.
Rich Snape makes the move on Nigel Walters for 5th. The moderate effort driver is really starting to find his groove now.
He is, but Walters has just been tagged by Adam Tyus. Tyus carried too much speed, understeered right into him, and that's earned a warning from the stewards.
Nickel's gone off. He's hit the barriers hard, and he is really struggling to get that Honda back on track.
That looked like a big hit. Niall Gagen doesn't wait around. He's straight past into 13th while Nicole tries to recover.
Phil Bodkin has done it. He dives down the inside of Chris Stokes to take away third place.
Great vision from Bodkin. Stokes has looked a bit unsettled since that earlier incident, and the AP's finest driver just capitalized on it perfectly.
David Constable-Berry has managed to slide past Joel Lemrich to take 14th place.
Lemrich is the AM class leader, but he's really having a difficult evening after that low starting position. Good work from the Garagisti driver.
Adam Tyus is on the move. He's just squeezed past Daniel Kosic to take away 8th place.
Kosic won't be happy with that, especially as he's fighting for Pro-Am honors, but Tyus just had the better run out of the corner.
Chris Stokes fights back. He's retaken 3rd place from Phil Bodkin in a great display of determination.
He wasn't going to let that podium spot go easily. That kick-ass racing Honda looks like it has plenty of life left in those tires.
Disaster for Dorado. Kosic gets past, and then the AP student's car goes straight into the wall.
That's a heavy impact. He's dropped another spot to Adam Tyus, and he'll be praying there's no suspension damage.
Kosic is really under the hammer now. Phil Bodkin finds a way through to take 4th.
And Chris Stokes follows him right through. Kosic has lost 2 places in the blink of an eye. He must be struggling for grip.
Big contact. Sam Zero and David Constable-Berry have tangled as they battle for track position.
They were giving each other absolutely no quarter there. It is so easy to misjudge the closing speed when you are fighting for every inch like that.
Dorado is falling through the order like a stone. He has just been swamped by a massive train of cars and drops all the way to 14th.
He must have made a huge mistake. Zero and Gagan are right in the thick of that chaos too, swapping positions as they try to pick through the wreckage.
Constable-Berry makes it stick. He's moved past Niall Gagan to take 11th place.
He set that up well through the previous complex. Gagan's having a tough evening, but he couldn't do much about that Garagisti Honda coming through.
Bantakis makes the move on Sam Zero for 9th, but they have touched. It is getting very physical between those two.
Zero isn't taking it lying down. He is already fighting back. They are banging doors like it is a touring car sprint, not an endurance race.
More contact. Buntekis hits him again and retakes the spot. They have tangled a 3rd time in just a few seconds.
Incredibly, Sam Zero manages to survive the carnage and finally makes 9th stick. Those cars are going to be feeling that for the rest of the race.
Buntekis is back for more. He pulls the move on Sam Zero to retake 9th place after that massive scrap they had earlier.
This has been the battle of the race so far. Bantakis just seems to have that extra bit of patience this time around, setting it up perfectly into the braking zone.
Zero gets the move done on Bantakis. But wait, Constable-Berry pounces immediately, dropping Zero down to 10th.
He was so busy watching his front, he forgot to defend the rear. That Garagisti car just sliced through the gap.
David Constable-Berry's absolutely flying. He's just picked off Bantakis to move into 8th place.
He's got great momentum now. Adam Tyus can't hold him back either. That's 7th place secured for the Garagisti driver.
He's still going. Dorado has no answer as Constable-Berry storms past to take 6th. This is a masterclass in overtaking. Constable-Berry's lost his rhythm. Dorado and Tyus have both managed to scramble past, dropping him back to 8th.
You can't afford even a slight mistake here. One slip on the exit and you lose 2 places just like that.
Kosic finds a way past Sam Zero for 11th place. The Danger Racing driver is keeping his Pro-Am title hopes alive.
Zero has been in the wars tonight. I think those tires must be crying for help after all the contact he's had.
Contact. Tyus and Dorado have come together in a massive way.
They were fighting so hard for track positions, someone was always going to run out of road there. Hopefully, both cars can keep going.
David Constable-Berry gets the move done on Nigel Walters. He moves up into 7th place for Garagisti.
Walters didn't have much for him there. Constable-Berry seems to be finding his second wind as we get deeper into this race.
Niall Gagan's into the barriers. That looked like a massive impact for the number 56 Honda.
He's ninth in the championship and really needed a clean run here. That's a lot of potential steering damage to carry for the rest of this hour.
Dorado dives past Hallam to take 8th place. What a move.
Wait, Hallam's already fighting back. He gets the switchback and retakes the position immediately. That was beautiful racing from the AP's finest driver.
Dorado and Hallam are at it again. They've swapped 8th place 3 times in just a matter of seconds.
Incredible battle. Dorado manages to make it stick, this time for AP students, but Hallam is still right there on his gearbox.
Nigel Walters has found a way past David Constable Barry. He moves up into 4th place as we head into the final third of this race.
Great persistence from the kick-ass racing car. He is currently the leading AM driver on track, managing to hold off a very determined Pro-Am in Constable Barry.
Thomas Kruger Dorado secures 6th place. He's just managed to get the better of Adam Tyus.
Those 2 AP students' teammates are fighting hard out there. Dorado seems to have found a bit more pace in this phase of the race.
Hallam just turned right in on Constable Barry. That's a heavy hit, and the stewards have already handed Hallam a warning for it.
Constable Barry isn't hanging about, though. He's used the momentum to get past for 7th. That's how you respond to a hit like that.
Chris Stokes makes his move, and it's a clean one. He takes 4th place away from Phil Bodkin.
Stokes has been slowly chipping away at that gap for laps. He's back into the top 4 and looks like he's got plenty left in the tank for kick-ass racing.
Nigel Walters is struggling here. Adam Tyus has just taken 7th place from him.
And it gets worse for Walters as Phil Bodkin follows him through. He's dropped from 7th to 9th in less than 10 seconds.
Adam Tyus is under immense pressure. Phil Bodkin has just muscled past him for 6th.
And Nigel Walters is right there to capitalize too. He follows Bodkin through, and suddenly Tyus has lost 2 positions in the blink of an eye.
David Constable Barry pulls a great move on Dorado. He's up into 4th place now for Garagisti.
He's really been the comeback king of this race. After those earlier scrapes, to be sitting in 4th with about 30 minutes to go is a massive effort.
Jareth Hallam makes the move. He's just taken 8th place from Adam Tyus.
He's recovering well after that earlier warning. That AP's finest Honda is looking much more stable now as the fuel load lightens up.
Hallam and Dorado are wheel to wheel again. Hallam makes the move stick for 6th place.
Wait, Dorado isn't done. He dives back down the inside and retakes the position instantly. These two just cannot leave each other alone.
Dorado finds a way past his teammate Adam Tyus. He secures 8th place for AP students.
They've been battling all night, but Dorado seems to have the edge in these final stages. Tyus just couldn't hold that inside line.
Whoa, Kosick has just clouded the back of Phil Bodkin. That looked completely unnecessary.
The stewards agree with you. They've slapped Kosick with a warning for unpredictable driving. You can't just lunge into the back of someone like that at this stage of the race.
Martin Mull brings it home. From pole position to the top step of the podium after 2 grueling hours here at Valerbanen.
He had to work for that one. After losing the lead early and taking that hit from Stokes, he showed incredible mental strength to claw his way back to the front.
Dominic Fovard crosses the line to secure 2nd place for Virtual Velocity, a really solid drive to finish exactly where he started on the grid.
He kept the pressure on Mull throughout and led for a good portion of that first hour. That is a massive haul of points for his Pro-Am Championship charge.
Chris Stokes rounds the final corner to take the final step on the podium, 3rd place for Kick-Ass Racing tonight.
He was in the thick of the drama all night, but he kept his head down and found the pace when it mattered. That's a great result after a very physical race.
What a marathon. Martin Mull finally gets that win he has been hunting, but it was far from a Sunday drive after that early contact with Stokes.
It was incredibly physical. That battle between Sam Zero and John Boontakas was pure touring car grit. I am honestly surprised those cars are still in one piece after the amount of paint they swapped tonight.
Dominic Fovarg secures a vital second place for his Pro-Am campaign, and Nigel Walters really showed his class in the Am category throughout those 2 hours.
We have got 2 races left, and the points are going to be tight. If tonight was anything to go by, the championship fight is only just getting started.
Martin Moll, take a bow. From starting the night in 13th place with just 2 points to his name, he now sits at the summit of the championship on 102. That is an astronomical shift in the standings.
It is a massive swing. Elliot Norton loses the lead after a tough night, and Dominic Fovarg has rocketed up to 3rd, tied with Jody Fannin. Fovarg's consistency in that virtual velocity Honda was the key to surviving that endurance slog.
The Am class has been turned on its head too. Nigel Walters and Phil Bodkin have hauled themselves right into the top 10 overall after starting the evening with nothing on the board.
The mental fatigue after 2 hours of wheel-to-wheel racing is brutal, but they have to reset quickly. With only 2 races left and the top 5 separated by just 24 points, nobody can afford a single mistake from here on out.